Hey guys, to begin this vampy vampire look, you have to apply your contacts. So I use these nice white contacts that I got from a costume shop. I'll leave the link down below in the description box. Then I just prime my skin with some primers to make my skin perfect and have no imperfections or anything like that, and to help the makeup last all day. Then I apply my foundation and concealer. I use the lightest concealers and foundations that I have to make myself nice and pale and just dead looking really, and then I just set that with a translucent powder. Next I go in with my Maybelline brow powder and I create nice sharp pointed brows just to create that vampire effect kind of things, and I make sure there's a nice point at the top of the brow where the arch is, just to make them nice and fierce looking really. And then I just go in with some concealer and a concealer brush and I just carve them out to make sure they're nice and sharp and defined. Then I go in with some clear brow gel just to stick the brow hairs down in place. Next I go in with my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk as a base for the eyeshadows that we're going to apply later. So I just apply that all over the lid and up to the brow bone, and then I just get a buffer brush and I just buff that out. Next I go in with a bone white shadow. It's just a matte white really, and I just set that cream down in place to help the eyeshadows that we apply on top blend in nicer and more smoother. Then I'm going in with a brown shade, a couple shades darker than my skin tone, into the crease with a fluffy blender brush, just as our transition colour to help blend those other eyeshadows that we apply on top better. Then I'm going in with a pink eyeshadow. It's a nice soft Barbie pink, and I'm applying that just above the crease and winging it out to the tail of the brow. Then I grab this purple plummy shade with a tapered blender brush and I apply that just above the crease again, just where we placed that pink down before, and I'm just blending that in and out in the crease from inner corner right out to the outer corner and to the end of the brow. Then I go in with a blender brush and no extra product added, I'm just blending that baby out. Then with a definer brush and this purple shade, I'm going to carve out the crease. So I'm just doing a little flick on the outer corner, connecting to the tail of the brow, and also going right into the inner corner. Then I grab that tapered blender brush, and again, no extra product added, I'm just blending out that purple line that we applied down using windscreen wiper motions, just blending it out till it's nice and seamless. And then I grab that blending brush again, just no extra product added, and I'm just blending that out again. Then I grab that deep red shade and this flat shader brush by Morphe, and I'm just doing patting motions on the eyelid, applying that red down, making it nice and opaque and very pigmented, just so that it stands out. Then going in again with that definer brush, I'm going to grab some black and I'm going to wing it out on the outer corner, map out the wing that we're going to apply down later with liquid liner, and also just define the crease further, bringing it all the way into the inner corner. And then I'm grabbing a pencil brush and a bit of black on the end of the pencil brush. I'm just going to blend that out, blending out that black into the purple, making sure to really get it blended in the inner corner and outer corner. And with that black, I'm also filling in that wing we've applied down with that definer brush. And then with a tapered blender brush, I'm just blending out those edges with some of that plum shade. Then with that liquid liner, I'm creating a nice sharp wing on the outer corner. I'm not making my wing too thick, I'm making it kind of a medium size, so it just covers slightly a bit of that red, and it creates a nice defined eye shape, really elongated, and just wing it out right to the outer corner of the brow. Then with my black kohl liner, I'm tight lining and filling in my waterline, and also bringing it down into my lash line as well. Then with a pencil brush and that purple shade, I'm going to smudge out that black kohl liner on the bottom lash line, all the way from outer corner right into the inner corner. really make that purple stand out in amongst the black, making it super smoky and sexy. Then with a small flat shader brush and some of that black shadow, I'm just setting that black kohl liner in place from inner corner and outer corner, and I'm also just further defining that black that we smudged out before with that definer brush. Then I'm grabbing my liquid liner again and creating an inner corner triangle to really create that cat eye effect and that really sexy almond shaped eye. Then I apply some mascara and some really flirty, really fierce lashes. And then time for contouring. So I use two shades. I use a purple and a normal contour shade, and I use my NP Set blush brush to create this nice sharp contour. So I squish the bristles together, and then I create a really chiseled line all the way to the inner corner of my mouth. So I'm creating a really deep contour, and then I go in with that purple shade and I blend out that contour. So those cool tones that we're using are emphasizing our deadness. So the purple's creating a sort of dead, washed out effect. And that normal contour shade is just creating that chiseled, kind of mapping out where I want my contour. But the purple is what I really want to stand out with. Then I go in with some translucent powder and bake that baby in place to make a really structured contour. And then I just contour my temples, my nose, my under my lip, and my jawline. Just the usual places. I am still using that purple shade as well as the contour shade in case you guys were wondering. And then I'm just brushing any of that excess translucent powder that hasn't baked onto my face. Then for highlight, I'm using a really light shimmery white and also my normal highlight shade from my Natio palette. The white's going to create again that dead effect, that washed out effect, whilst also giving us a bit of a glow, because girl, we may be dead, but we want to get our glow on. So I'm just highlighting with both those shadows on all the high points of my face, so my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, my brow bone, inner corner, cupid's bow. I want to be glowing from the gods. They need to be able to see this glow. It's absolutely insane. So guys, just don't hold back. Go full pelt with your highlight. Then for lips, I'm grabbing my Bull Chick lip liner from Colourpop and a definer brush again, and I'm going to start defining my lip shape. So I'm creating a really defined cupid's bow, and I'm rounding out my bottom lip and also extending my outer corners of my lip to create a kind of scary, fierce, kind of animal-like mouth. And then with a lip brush, I'm just applying this deep blood-coloured red to my lips, very fitting for this look. Then I'm grabbing a gel liquid liner. I'm using my Face of Australia gel liner, and I'm going in and just outlining that black that we've done before and kind of blending it into the red. So I'm outlining the black lines, further defining them, and blending that black in with the red, so it's kind of like an ombre effect. Once you've done that, I grab my crimson red lipstick again, and I just blend out that black a bit more, especially on the center parts of my lips, keeping the outer corners nice and black still. Then I'm going in with my NYX Suede liquid lipstick and a lip brush again. I'm just blending that purple in with the red and the black, just to kind of match the eyes and create that really scary, fierce effect again that I'm going for. Using lip brushes and definer brushes is a lot easier to get this effect, guys, than just going in with the product, so I really recommend taking the time to really define your lips and things like that, like I'm doing here. And then I go in with that blood red lipstick, that crimson one, just for a final blending. Then I grab a concealer brush and some concealer, and I just carve out my lips a bit more, just cleaning up any extra bits around my lips. Then, boom chakalaka, I know, let's just take a moment to appreciate the awesomeness of these lips. Then I'm going in with this brown shade that's close to the colour of my hair, my natural hair colour, and I'm creating this sort of triangle on the centre of my forehead, creating this kind of extra extended hairline type of thing, just kind of emphasizing that vampire look that we are going for today. And yeah, I really liked how it turned out, so I do recommend doing it, guys. It kind of brings the whole look together. And then with my small flat shader brush, I just blend that brown into my hair, so getting nice and close to those roots, really packing on that colour in there. Then with my black lip pencil from Colourpop, the bullchick one, we're going to place 2 dots on the side of our neck, just in the angle like someone's bit us from behind. Then we're going to grab our flat shader brush and a brown matte shade. It's a deep brown shade, so almost like a chocolate colour. We're going to blend that brown just into that black around those dots. And then we're grabbing a nice red crimson colour from our palette, and we're going to blend that on top of the brown, blending those brown and reds together. And I also add a bit of purple in just to create that bruising effect. Adding that purple in with that red and the browns creates a more realistic effect, as blood has a brown undertone to it, so it's quite deep and dark, so you want to add that brown in with those purples and those reds. If it's just red, it's really basic and you don't get those different dimensions of colour and bruising as you would with the red and the brown and the purple. And then I just grab a fluffy blender brush and I just blend out those colours. So just making sure you're spanning the bruising out all around the neck so it's really well blended in, keeping all of the colour focused around those 2 dots. And I even go back in with those 3 colours around those 2 bite marks just to deepen up the colour even more. Then I go back in with that black bullchick pencil and I just deepen up that black again around those dots, just so that they're not lost in amongst that blending. I then take my Velocity shade from Sugar Pill, it's a royal blue shadow, and a small definer brush, and I start to draw out little veins just from those dots, branching out. I start closest to the dots, making the veins quite thick, and then I go, as I branch out, and I make them thinner and smaller, and I lighten the pressure that I'm applying to the skin. So I'm applying more pressure closer to the dots, and then as I branch out, I'm applying less pressure. And I just draw them randomly amongst the bruising, just to create kind of a irritated effect and really show that blood pumping through our dead body as the venom of the vampire bite flows through our body. And I also add a bit of purple in there as well, just to create a bit of dimension and everything like that. And then I just grab my beauty blender and blend it all out, just lightly around the edges, just so it all blends nicely. Then you want to grab your vampire teeth and you just apply them to your teeth, apply your little fangs in. And once you've done that, you want to grab your fake blood. I actually made my fake blood off a recipe off the internet. I'll link it down below in the description bar. So you want to grab an end of any of your brushes, anything you don't mind getting a bit of red blood stain on there, and you dip it into the fake blood, and then just apply it to those 2 dots on our neck and just let it drip naturally down. I like to kind of guide the blood drips along and kind of connect it up with the other dots as well, like so, but you guys can do whatever you want when it comes to this. I also smudge it out a bit just to make it nice and newly kind of been bitten kind of thing. But yeah, you guys can do whatever you want, it's really up to you. And then I also add some of that blood on the corner of my mouth, like I've been feasting on somebody else's blood and I've had a bit dribble down the side of my mouth, just keeping a bit of glam to it as well, it's not everywhere. And yeah, that's it. If you want to keep it nice and simple like that, that's the finished look. Woo! If you do, however, want to add more blood to the look, then by all means you do that. You do you, boo. I did that as well. I added more blood to around my mouth and also on my teeth as well, just to recreate that Ripper style vampire that we have going on. So the real kind of vampire nature, we've just been feeding on a whole bunch of people. We've gone out and we've become the Ripper and we've just fed on heaps and heaps of people. So I just added blood all over myself, all over my mouth, a bit more down my neck, just to recreate that Ripper style bloodlust that we have going on when we're a vampire. I also added a lace black top to my costume, so anything black and lacy that you guys have will go perfect with this costume. And I also added some fake nails to the look as well. I thought they really added a bit of something extra. I was like, wow, they were really long, so just keep in mind, if you have those really long nails, Don't try and pick anything up that whole night because it is so hard. And yeah, that is the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had an absolutely amazing time creating it for you guys. It's one of my favorite looks that I've done this Halloween. If you guys recreate the look, make sure you tag me in any social medias. Otherwise, have an awesome Halloween, guys. Enjoy scaring everyone, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye, guys. Had to shake those teeth out. I was getting a bit of a lisp. To stay up to date with all my cool videos and tips on how to improve your makeup application, just click this button right here to subscribe to my channel. If you like this Halloween tutorial, then check out these 3 videos right here. Have an awesome day, guys. See ya!